Those of you with your finger on the pulse of tech news have probably already heard about Google's VO3 video generation AI lately, which is amongst the most impressive of these kind of tools around today. But what you might not have heard is the recent announcement from YouTube's CEO that VO3 will be integrated into YouTube Shorts in the next few months as YouTube competes with TikTok and Instagram Reels in online video shorts. Now, to paraphrase Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park, it seems to me that Google is so preoccupied with whether or not they could do this that they didn't stop to think if they should. While VO's video generation results are reliably not low quality anymore, that doesn't mean it won't overwhelm YouTube Shorts with AI slop. In terms of the content we consume, we've now got AI-generated books clogging up ebook sites, AI-generated music sneaking onto streaming services, AI-generated images invading stock photo sites, AI ads becoming more and more common, as we just talked about in our news segment, and bots deeply compromising the quality of many social media sites. Even my beloved Pinterest is absolutely overrun with garbage AI images and accounts that do nothing but share that kind of content. And users like me have no recourse at all, and that's the norm. Cory Doctorow coined the term that I'll rename encrapification in order for us to stay family-friendly, but it certainly relates to the avalanche of AI slop that we're all subjected to online. Cory wrote in Wired, "Here is how platforms die. First, they are good to their users. Then they abuse their users to make things better for their business customers. Finally, they abuse those business customers to claw back all the value from themselves. Then they die." Well, it's certainly easy to see this kind of thing if you've been doing any business on Facebook in the back end there, but you can experience it on dating apps, Amazon shopping, Google search, and lots of other places online. And the big issue I see is that none of these big sites are at any risk of dying, regardless of how much they abuse their users. Doctorow actually proposed a two-pronged solution to combat the encrapification of these platforms. Point one is that a network should reliably deliver data from willing senders to willing receivers. Consider this with respect to social media algorithms and how manipulative they can be in terms of serving the platform's needs more than the user's needs. Now, I don't know how YouTube's algorithm is going to treat VO3 generated content, but there's certainly a Google business case to prefer it, even though I don't imagine many users would prefer that content over authentic creator-produced video. And Cory's second point is that users should have the right to exit so they can go elsewhere if they don't want to have to put up with your platform anymore, these kind of abuses. This, unfortunately, would require interoperability so that you could easily move your data to another service. And I think we all know that's just not something that any of the major social media networks really facilitate. The catch-22 for users here is that we want a platform to have a critical mass of accounts of interest, and that leads us to larger networks. But then those larger networks are motivated to not make it easy for you to leave as they try to wring the most value out of your presence there. And it's frustrating, and I feel at some point something's got to give because users deserve to have a choice about this kind of thing. In the meantime, it seems that big players like Google are content to see how far they can push their users, using our data to train their AI and then forcing it down our throats and pretending that's some kind of progress. Pinterest has almost been ruined by the amount of AI slop that's on there, and Google favoring videos generated by their own AI would be yet another step down a path that nobody wants to walk on. I'm the other Mac. Keep it real out there.